first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
That'll give them 8 that time, and now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now Geno on 1st down. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Not a lot of targets for Eskridge as a rookie, and you just know they'd love to get him the ball more in his 2nd year and help him unlock the potential they saw as a speedy 2nd-round pick. One of those targets there turns into a first down.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Walker on first down, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Saints are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. A good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Play action. It's Smith. It's caught. Lockett. And some room to maneuver.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Up the gut, Fournette. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Smith.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They will run it. It's Fournette. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
What now?
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Lockett in motion right.
Walker now on 1st and 10. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Here's Walker.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Geno now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play would be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Looking downfield for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 4th down coming up. What do you expect?
They've gone for it time after time. They haven't punted yet. I don't know what's right anymore.
They do go for it. It's Carr. He's going to let it go again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Crossing route catch made by Johnson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A big play there. 48 yards.
And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
And he'll get in to tie this game at 8. Well, it's definitely early enough here. They didn't need to go for 2. They didn't have to go for 2, but hey, they did. We're all tied at 8.
Is this one of those anything you can do, I can match?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what we got on that one. Neither one of these teams wants to give any ground, do they?
Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Smith on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw again on second down. Smith. 20. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, Smith. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 10, Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Saints 8. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Takes it at the 7.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The final shot here before half for Carr. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Oh, the Saints recovered it. New Orleans football. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On play action, now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Bobby Wagner, multiple times in All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
The last run went so well for them, maybe they should have just handed it off right here, too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on it and wipes away the yardage gained on the last snap.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
And all the way to the opposite 48.
97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And the Seahawks first down.
And going right back to Walker.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Saints.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He gets 12 on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here we go on 4th down with Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Pollard going to try the right side. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On play action, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line.
That's good for the Saints.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Bobby Wagner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On the draw, it's Pollard. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And they see right through that defensively. as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's Carr. They'll roll him out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Saints 8.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Straight ahead, Walker. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. Down to about the 45. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Smith. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
From the red zone now, Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Geno's going to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Open man completes it to Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
A gain of 26 yards.
From midfield, here's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Looking downfield for Jones. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Tariq Woolen picks it. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. And what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On first down, it's Smith. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now Geno on first down. It's caught. Lockett. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Smith. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Smith going to throw it. Forced out to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Lockett in motion right. Another try after the first down sack. Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here. Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing now, Smith. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Carr to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now Carr. He's going to go up top again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. That one looks like he'll throw here. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st down, Smith. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Again, Smith. He'll let this go for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebacker, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception, and we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Seahawks, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.